Hey guys, welcome to the season finale of The Bachelorette. We finally get to see who our girl Charity gets to pick from. Remember, we're still going over three guys, Aaron, Joey, and Datum. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy of the result. I told you guys, I told you fairy tales do happen. They do come true, and that was really up to Charity if she would allow it. So how I would name this episode would be, Aaron didn't really need to come back. I felt like you shouldn't have come back. I'm sorry. It was so sad to watch Aaron in this episode, and I felt like, oh my God. The gesture was sweet, but oh my God, also embarrassing because it didn't result to what he thought it was going to be. And guys, tell me how this whole episode, I was now confused whether or not she's leaning more towards to Joey than to Dotton, because I'm like, to me, I see, okay, I can see Tennis Bay being her baby for life, but Dotton is the whole package. I saw that for her. I was rooting for that for her, but she has to go through her process. So, guys, let's get into this episode first. We got to address Aaron. Aaron is in this whole situation. He shocked Charity, and Charity shocked me too, because Charity was making him feel like, it was the right thing for him to show up, because she's saying that she had a lot of feelings towards him in that moment, and she did appreciate him coming back to see her and doing this grand gesture, but I felt like it didn't merit anything for him aside from what, I understand he's a lover boy, and he said this is his opportunity to really go all in 100% with his emotions and lean into this whole process. But I felt like Charity already said what she had to say and let that man go. So when he is with him being back in the picture, Charity, she's so sweet, so kind. I feel like maybe a little bit too sweet and too kind. And she gives him an opportunity, and they do have a talk. To me, it was giving me faux fantasy suite kind of vibes, because she had him over to have some food and talk, and I felt like, okay, is this supposed to be Fantasy Suite Part 2? Like, what are we doing, girl? I don't know. I see him as your man. So he is completely loving this whole opportunity that he's now receiving from Charity. He does take advantage of every moment and really try to spew out all the love that he has for her, and how he sees her as the mother of his children, his wife. And those are all beautiful things to hear. And you see Charity, her eyes are so genuine. I feel like she does like this man, but I cannot see these two as an item compared to the other two guys. So, with that being said, the other guys are going to be gagged to find out that Xavier is not here, but we have Aaron. And that moment, I lived for that moment completely, because, oh my God, Joey, he wears his expression on his face. When they entered into the room and saw Aaron, Joey was kind of looking like, trying to give a side eye but not make eye contact to what the hell is this man doing here. Even Donovan was like sweaty. That man was sweating. He was like, huh? What is going on? And even me too as well. I didn't understand what they were going to do. But we do learn that Charity's gonna give out two roses. And I'm like, I don't want this man to go through this again. But he has to. He has to. He accepted that for him coming back, he accepted the possibility that he will be sent home again, which is fair, okay? So, Charity, she gave Joey the first rose, and Dotton, he's just standing there, but he's sweating, and I'm like, don't be nervous, Dotton. This that second rose is for you. But Charity, she addresses Aaron, pulls him out over to the side, and pretty much sent him back home again. But it seems like as though Aaron has no regrets. And I respect that completely, because if you're feeling a certain way and you can't sleep, can't eat, can't think, you need to address this. You need to get it out your chest. So I do understand that Aaron did need to talk to Charity to see if there's anything there left, and maybe if there's possibility, give it another chance. But I'm all about, when we make a decision, we stand on it. And it seems to me that getting to know Charity, her mother says that Charity has an issue with making a decision. I'm like, girl, I agree. But I support her process. We are here with the process. I'm just here to help our girl get to the finish line. And so she walks Aaron out, and he is so gracious. And he's a good guy. So we do get to see Dotton get the final rose. And so now we are left with these two, Joey and Dotton. But first, of course, with Jesse Palmer, we're gonna have a little interview moment with Aaron. So in the interview moment, Aaron, throughout this whole process, Aaron had this one pimple that was killing me on the side. I wanted to pop it so bad because I felt like the camera was just like right there in focus. But at the reunion, pretty much, with Jesse Palmer, Aaron, he was so fresh faced. He looked good. He was fresh. And, he's in good spirits. He understands the process completely. And, I felt a little bad for him that, this is all so public. Everyone is watching him be so vulnerable. But I do respect him because not everyone can be that vulnerable or as vulnerable. So that's much respect to Aaron. And there's also some good news. We learn that Aaron is gonna be in Bachelor in Paradise. So he's gonna have another opportunity at love, and he is totally feeling that he had the biggest smile on his face. He was excited for that completely, and of course he's gonna be on vacation on an island with a whole bunch of women that he gets to pick and choose from. He don't have to fight and battle anybody. Okay, as far as we could tell right now. But, I'm happy that he gets another chance at love. And this is not the last of us seeing Aaron. Now I hope Aaron comes back with a whole new attitude, with a whole new, high spirits and everything, and see what he has to offer to someone out in paradise. Does anybody out there have a thing for Aaron? Let me know down in the comments down below. Would you want to date Aaron? I want to know. I want to know. So, anyways, Aaron, bye for now. We'll see you later. So now Charity is with these two men. We have Joey. We have Dive. Okay. So, you know what time it is, y'all. It is time to meet the family. It's time to meet the family. It's time to meet Charity's family. And I have to say, Charity's mom she looked just like her mama. She looked just like her mom. And her dad is so sweet. And her sister is so patient. It's such a all-around sweet family. Super pleasant to watch for sure. So Charity is having the men meet her family. So first we get Joey. And I do feel like, I feel like there's something to be said to be the one to make the first impression. Because to follow after, Dottie has to follow after. And I felt like the family, I'm going to say this. They really like Joey, but I feel like it was because he was the first impression. And so meeting Dot, and they were kind of like hesitant towards him. I don't know why, but I have some speculation, some thoughts about it. So first, let's get into them meeting Joey. So Dot, bye for now. So when the family met Joey, Joey's a little cutie patootie, cutie patootie. So the family is so sweet, very welcoming. Joey, he is asking all the right questions. I feel like for him to say and bring up about them being an interracial couple, I think that was very insightful on his part, and for him to show to the family that he recognized that they are obviously of different race. And so he understanding that and presenting that as a question of thoughts for the family, it goes to show that he sees himself planning to, fit into and merge with his family. Now, when he talked to the mother, him and the mother, they bonded so well. It was such a great conversation. Him expressing what he wants with Charity, him expressing that, the future that he would like to have with Charity, and the mom is like all smiles. And seeing the interaction with Joey and Charity in front of the family, what they felt is that, between these two is definitely a lot of joy, a lot of glow. Apparently, Joey makes Charity glow. Now, when it came to Joey with the father, they were just talking about sports. It wasn't so complicated. It wasn't so harsh. I feel like, the dad really trusts the decisions that his daughter will make. So he's not stressing much about it. He just wants to know if the man likes sports. So that was a easy thing to go through. And same with the sister as well. It seems like the sister as well, she's very open to Joey and learning more about him. And it just seemed to be so easy and it just happened so naturally. And I'm like, this is so completely different from Charity meeting, Joey's family. This is the kind of experience that I wanted for Charity, sir. So yeah. But the family, I don't know if they know that. They don't know all that. I don't think our girl Charity said that. So with that being said, Joey, he did a great first impression towards the family. Now, I don't know why, but when it's Dotun turn, I don't know what went left, but it kind of, it wasn't the best meetup. But, first impression, when they saw Dotun, they realized, man, he is tall. He is tall. And seeing them actually walk into the room together, you see how big of a height difference there is. So, the family, when they're talking to Dotun, it seems as though they're familiar with this type that Charity brings home. And I was a little bit concerned. I was like, what do you mean by type? Like, what's that I'm giving? He's very insightful. And I felt like, the family felt like he was saying all the right things. So maybe they could have felt like, oh, maybe this is too good to be true. Maybe he's just saying all the things you want to hear. But it seemed as though they were a little bit, on guard when it came to Dutton. And when Charity had a talk with her mother to ask her for her opinion to decide between the two, it seems as though that the mother was leaning more towards Joey, and the sister was leaning also towards Joey because of this glow and the excitement they see. And this kind of makes Charity a little bit sad because she was really rooting for Dot, and those two are meant to be together. And she's still looking at whether or not this fantasy, this fairy tale can it come true? Is it real? So of course it's unfortunate to hear people that's in your lives question Dotton, but I feel like it was a little bit unfair because they met Dotton second and they had a really great first impression with Joey. So I felt like maybe they had a little bit of a bias. So I was a little bit sad about that for Dotton, and I was curious to know how this would play a role into Charity's decision. Now, of course, they have their final dates, and the final dates, of course, they go well. But to me, how it was all being filmed and how everything was going down, it was leaning towards Joey. I felt like she was really enjoying her time with Joey, and there was nothing wrong or anything, concerning in the conversation. Joey, he ends with his final day by giving Charity the poem that they created out in Louisiana in a frame. And she sees that as so thoughtful and she is so smitten by Joey. So it's like the perfect gift to end it all. But when it was Dotton's final date, I felt like I don't know, she was nervous, but now looking back and knowing that she picked Dotton, I can understand that she was like in the process of confirmation, like she's confirming. She's like, when you packed up everything to go to the airport, and then now it's time to go to the actual airport, and you're just doing a final checklist, but you packed everything, but you do a final checklist to make sure everything checks off. I felt like this is what she was doing with Dotton. I feel like she is doing the checklist whether she want to take this flight and leave with Dotton off this island, okay, honey? So I felt like, even though I was nervous, I was sure in this man because this man gave me nothing but confidence, no doubt, no issue. I did notice that he was a little bit nervous. He got a little bit nervous because she brought up Joey, and that's the first time she brought up another man about in this whole situation. So I was worried too. I was holding my breath because I'm like, I was like, this fairy tale could really be like, this is gonna be so beautiful for America. This is gonna be so beautiful as the people to see these two get together because I'm really rooting for her and Zai. I was really rooting for this girl and Zai, and I know Tennis Bay. He had me at the first half, but I felt like he's a nice guy, but I felt like she could really have the whole damn thing with Dot, and I was rooting for that, and I stand 10 toes on that. So, it's the time we see the decision day, and you see Miss Cherry, she's thinking over what to do, what to do, what to do. Her mama had to like get it into her head, let her know you got to decide. You get to leave with one. You get to have one husband, Charity. I've been saying it to her. You get to have only one at a time. So, okay. Charity, she looked so beautiful. She was standing at the altar. Okay. And we are waiting to see who is going to be the one to come that she has to say, it's not you. And I felt like, as a collective, as we were all watching and we saw it was Joey, and the way he got out of the car too, it was so sad. It was heartbreaking because honestly, I felt bad for either way it was gonna go down. It doesn't matter who was gonna have Charity's heart. Whoever is the one that's not picked, I was gonna feel for them because what a journey. Oh my god, I felt so bad for Joey. And I'm like, I didn't have my tears though. I was watching the whole situation go down, and Charity, she says her sweet nothings. She does her best to say how amazing Joey is, and Joey should say how amazing she is, and how he sees a future with her. But our girl Charity had to let him know that it's not him, honey. It's not you. But in a funny situation, she said there's no actual reason to why it's not you. It's just not in this moment. Not with that. And that made me feel like, hold on, is she not gonna pick anybody? Because at one moment, Charity was like gonna say, oh, I don't gotta pick anybody. I can leave by myself. I said, child, no, you gonna leave at least here with one. She wanna leave with two and now she don't wanna leave with nobody. No, please, ma'am. You gonna pick somebody tonight. So it just happens like saying like the reason she gave to Joey was that pretty much it's just a no. She doesn't know why, but it's a no. So I'm so happy, but also I'm still a little bit nervous because Dotton gotta still do the damn thing, and so we get to see Dotton. He goes and have his talk, and he present his offer over to Charity, and he says all the beautiful things that you want to hear as a woman. And Charity, she makes him feel so secure, so safe. And when he heard that she is picking him, that it's him, that she wants him as her husband, his face whole lit up. Like he's like, yes, yes. And that's when you see that, and he takes that foot and he hits gas, and he shuts down the whole deal, and it's a wrap, y'all. These two are together, and I was in all tears. I teared up a little bit because I felt like, wow, they really letting the love out. Like you felt the love, and I was so happy for those two at that moment and what this meant for them in their future because they went on such a journey. So now that we have our new engaged couple, there's so many questions to happen next because after the whole proposal, Charity is like, this is my new baby daddy. So everyone wants to know at the reunion any information, any tea. But before we get into that, she does have a talk with Joey. And let me tell you, when Joey comes out, Joey, he's okay. He's fine. He has to watch the moment where, Charity says no. And you see his eyes get a little red. And I'm like, sir, hold it together. Hold it together. And he processed the information. He has nothing but respect for Miss Charity. He cannot say not a bad thing about her because she is that girl. She's just happy that he had this opportunity, this moment with her, and they shared a lot of emotions that taught him a lot about himself. So there is good news for Joey. Joey is our new bachelor, and what I appreciate, I like his little haircut that he had at the reunion. I felt like that was the perfect situation going on. He looked really good. So I know these girls are gonna come out to come date Joey, our new bachelor. So he does get a final talk with Charity, and when Charity comes out, she looks hot. She looked fine. And you could tell on his face, she's like, oh damn, she looked good. She looks good. He didn't say anything, but his face said everything. Okay. So they have a talk, and it's just, it's good. It's good. And I'm going to move on because we got to get into the moment where we now get to see our new engaged couple, Don and Cherry, take the damn floor. So those two are nothing but smiles, and they are happy that it's now out there so they can be a normal couple. But I don't know if these two could be a normal couple anymore because we have learned so many more surprises, okay? Our next surprise is that these two are gonna have a honeymoon over in Greece, which is a much needed. That's the first. So I'm happy for them that the Bachelorette, the Bachelor, it is they are paying for her to have a vacation that she wanted, okay, with her new man. And the second surprise was actually given to her by her new man, Mr. Dutton. So Mr. Dutton let her know that, since you like to boogie and dance, that you are actually going to be the newest contestant on Dancing with the Stars. So our girl and Dalton are not going to live normal. Of course, this is the new normal. So these two are going to be over, at practice together on Dancing with the Stars. We're gonna root and cheer on Miss Charity. But overall, these two, they're so happy. It's just such a cute couple to watch the emotions in their face. They are so in love, and I was truly inspired by their whole situation. It was such a beautiful thing to watch. And I root nothing but the best for these two, and I hope we get babies soon. I want to see babies soon from these two. Honestly, let's get to it. Now, Miss Charity says she wants the wedding sooner rather than later, and I can't wait. I can't wait. She's gonna be such a beautiful bride. Now, we did get to see the family, the in-laws. They sat next to each other. And the mom, Charity's mom, had a change of heart. She feels like after seeing the whole journey, she's like, Dotton is the one. Dotton is the one. And I'm like, girl, that's what you were missing, because obviously Dutton was the right choice. And I love Dutton's mother and his family. They were able to show up and be here to support Dutton in this special occasion. So guys, are you guys happy with the result? I want to know what you guys think. Do not forget to let me know down and in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. And I want to know what you guys think about this whole Bachelorette situation. Are we happy with this? I don't feel bad for Joey. Joey, he gets to be the bachelor, so he gets another opportunity at love. Overall, I felt like this was a pleasant season for the Bachelorette, because we had a lot of raw and honest men who were not afraid to become vulnerable. Now, I did catch some shady ladies in the audience who is from Bachelor Nation. Now, I caught the every side eye, and I'm like, mm-mm. That's why you over there and she's over here. Engage. So, anyways, guys, share as much kindness as possible, and I'll talk to you guys soon, possibly in the comments down below. Love you guys and take care. Bye bye.